Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I'm JT O'Sullivan. Today, you asked for it. You got it. The Raiders. John Gruden. Even a little Spider 2Y banana thrown in there for fun. A little candy. We're going into it. Carr, Gruden, doesn't mesh. What did they do well together? We're diving into it. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. All right, you dig this kind of content and you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, get the notifications, let you know when we go live, when we put out new content. I appreciate the support. Then, in addition, get over to the Patreon community. Check out the long-form content over there, just like being in an NFL quarterback room. And then if you want to know more about RPOs, go ahead and click on the link in the video description. Check out the best thing that I've created video content-wise. If you dig the channel, you will love the course. Get over there, check it out, and enroll. As for Gruden and Carr, let's dive into it, make it happen. Here we go. All right, Derek Carr, you asked for it, you got it. Little John Gruden, Raiders. First one up here is what I think he does best. See it, throw it, nice touch ball. Trying to get a double move up top with this little pump fake here. I'm not sure about the pump fake. Shut down. Nice job climbing in the pocket. Vision. Drive this ball down the field accurate. He makes this throw a handful of times in the game. Really one of what I think he does best. And really this encompasses a handful of different things. It's a little bit sloppy, ugly as far as in the pocket, but when he's able to see it, he can really deliver a strike. I like the two hands on the ball, climbing up in the pocket, vision, eyes down the field, delivering a strike. Carr at his best, in my opinion. But then there are some throws like this where you just kind of scratch your head as far as the decision-making, the processing inside the pocket. Now, it's 3rd and forever. No good options here. 3rd and 16. They're in Tampa 2. Let's watch the shell. Run out of there. The Mike's going to take the middle. There it is. Easy to see. Maybe the will is getting a little bit of depth that it would be confusing, but that's Tampa 2 for every quarterback in the league. Now, the only thing that I would say that I would love for him to be able to do better here is to really manipulate your eyes. Now, and what I mean by that is when you get zone coverage at this level, specifically Tampa 2, you're usually, and this is a great call versus Tampa 2, you're going to get this middle hook and usually tethered with these kind of associate hooks or next to them hooks. And so what you're able to do with this Mike, so when he runs down the middle, that Mike is going to stay on top of this hook. He's going to get on top and keep that middle third open. And what you really want to do is manipulate your eyes to whoever squeezes this middle hook. So we've got these two inside backers. Whoever squeezes that middle hook here, you're going to then be able to throw that kind of adjacent hook off of it. And that's really what I mean by so using your eyes. So if you want to work this hook to the field, which I think the hook to the field is usually a little bit better just because of the space, you would come out here and look this way. You would try to look this to this, knowing that you come back and rip this thing. You wouldn't just drop back down the middle of the field, stare at this if it's covered, and hope that one of these other guys gets open and go through a true progression. You really want to manipulate these underneath defenders with your eyes. And so that's the part of the game that you would think, to me at this point, would be able to be seen in the film. And it's just not. And you can see how that middle hook would open. And this isn't me being a nitpicky jerk. This is how many people, I would say at the highest level, would do it. You can see it down here. And I get it, 3rd and 16, whatever. Maybe they're telling him completion on the 3rd down is fine, punt it. And even if he gets it there, those guys might not get the 1st down. But the vision, the kind of savviness within the pocket, to me, just it didn't show up in the tape, at least in this game. It's just one game, but you can see the eyes here. He's piping that thing right down the middle. Now, I think you can make the argument that 83 is open. You could probably throw it on the 3 there, maybe the bottom, like the chin or the mouth of that logo, if you could anticipate. But I didn't see one anticipation throw in this entire video, entire game. So he goes from no to the middle to no, to basically to the check down. And you can see those two inside linebackers, the guys at the top of the logo, they're squeezing him. And you can see if he would have used his eyes to look to the left and come back to the right, he really would have had a nice shot down the field. Either way, 3rd down, 16, completion. That's how you get a high completion percentage. You got to know the tricks of the trade. Now, this is 3rd and 2. We're going to run a variation of mesh, and this is a great job with his vision. the point guy to the bunch here just gets dropped. And he does a nice job seeing it. Not something you would normally think would happen on a 3rd and 2 situation, especially when you're running mesh with a little basic or middle route. But if they make a mistake, you got to make them pay. I love the fact that you got to make the plays that are there to be made. And it is there. I think this is why it is a little bit confusing to me and to others, just as far as the consistency, because sometimes he'll see it, but again, it's a see it, throw it type of thing. There's not a lot of anticipation here, But great job seeing it. Nice ball, easy flick. Guy's got a clean stroke as far as coming off of his hand. Lots of things to like. You can see why people, like it and have such high expectations for him. But then there are other plays where you're just kind of like the processing for me. So this is, they're getting into the exact play they want to be into. Middle field closed. They're running a variation of 4 verts with what I'm used to calling a now or delay slant. So what does that mean? So they've got middle field closed. Let's get 4 verts. So they're going to do a little bit different down here. That's going to be the 2 verts of the field. We're going to get this up top, vertical, and then we're going to get a seam from the backfield. So got lots of good options. And then here's that little delay, slant, or sneak, whatever you want to call it right here. So whatever you do down the field, there's a bunch of different ways to read this. This is basically the check down. And so for me, I don't care. You could make the argument, I think if he goes here, it's a touchdown. I think he could potentially work off the middle field player. But whatever you do, if you don't like it, you've got to get the ball down to that little sneak, delay, slant fast. It can't be kind of a lot like just everything is just a tick late for me. And I get it. He's got to move a little bit. But I'd like to see him, if he works up top, that's a win, house call. I get it. I get the clicker. Let's work off the middle field player, try to get a seam. I think if you work down here, it's probably a seam ball to the number 3, putting a 2-on-1 on the corner. But whatever it is, if he works the tailback and it's not there, right there, instead of the panic run up, just move up in the pocket and deliver the ball. It's I get it, the element of like the gunslinger, make a play, but there's also a time to just get through the read and do it faster, consistently from the pocket. So we'll see from the back end here. I think he's working 30. I think he tries to use his eyes on the middle field player, 31. Look off to the right, come back. But, I wouldn't, it's easy with the clicker. That 26 guy taking away the seam there, he's at such depth that it's going to be impossible to get there from, where the back is. He's 12 feet away from the back, 12 yards away from the back. So it's just not going to happen. So no, that right there. Shuffle up to the tight end. Boom. Easy. Said we're pointing, we're running. So everything feels a little chaotic. And this next one to me is a bummer on a number of levels. This is a major pet peeve of mine. Watch the wide receiver up top and Carr pointing. Okay, we're going to block this guy. You got to dig him out. We got to dig him out. You got to get that guy. Yep, right there. Everybody who plays football on defense knows that is a signal for we're going to fake it. We're fake running at you. So what they do up top, they run a post and an over, and then they run a little under up. So what I'm used to calling, again, he's still pointing. That's awesome. So we're going to run post this way. We're going to run a little over this way, and then we're going to run sneak out the tight end, the inside tight end, under this and up. And what happens here is the wing tight end here kind of takes a tough L with an edge, and this corner ends up coming off and messing up the play. Now, I think he could probably get it off. I think he leaves a touchdown on the field here. It's not quite 100% clean, but to me, this is a missed opportunity down the field. And you see that under up coming. Now, I get it. The guy corner's running free, but he also settles his feet right there. He's breaking down. I can't tell you what he's doing, probably because he's not used to being 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but he could easily get that ball off when this guy breaks down. And I can't tell you what he's looking at if he's not looking at the tight end. If he's looking at the tight end, he's got to throw it. If he's looking at the DB running at him, his eyes are in the wrong spot. But you throw it away, it doesn't look that bad on the stat sheet. But that's a missed touchdown, y'all. One more time. This is a great play call. You got to get enough depth coming out of that fake to be able to get this ball off. You have to. We get a little collision in the back end too. I mean, it's a thing of beauty. Everything except the throw. And so, you kind of scratch your head. Here we go. They're pointing. Okay, you got him. Yeah. We're running a fake. Here comes the under. Again, get enough depth that even if that tight end takes that edge, right? I mean, look at the DB breakdown, y'all. Throw it. He's 5 yards away. Oh, man. That's a shame. That's a bummer. So let's go back and do something he's good at. Throwing these kind of across the field, what I'm used to calling a number 3 vertical. Again, they run this. I love this. I actually really love this play. This is just 4 verticals down here with the, to me, what I'm used to calling a swap release here. So normally, if you got 3 guys right here, he'd be running this, he'd be running this, he'd be running this. Well, they switched the release here. So now he comes up and he's got kind of the number 3 technique across. We got the seam and we've got the go. So just a different way to get there. But again, he does a great job seeing these types of throws and making them happen down the field. Okay, they can't do enough of stuff like this. Against middle field closed man, there it is. Again, perfectly feathered, weighted ball. That's not an easy throw. He does it repeatedly. So there are throws that he's doing consistently that look the part on a number of different levels. And it's hard to try to put the puzzle together. You can see that little swap release, 83 and 85. Whoop, got him. But again, he can see this. There's no anticipation. He can see it. He can see it's open, and he can drop it in the bucket. You got to get the touchdown there, bro. Come on. This next one I put in there just because I know there'll be probably a handful of Gruden fans out there. You know what's coming. Everybody in the stadium knows what's coming. Spider 2 banana. Oh, man. A little 2-on-1. Oh, God, he's pointing. Corner down here has got no chance. Either one's open. Nice shot. Look at this. Does he celebrate before the guy catches it? We'll be able to see it from the back end. I think he does. He totally does. Slow this thing down. When does the hand go up? The hand's up right there. The ball is still not at the tight end. It's right at that back white stripe. Oh, that's awesome. Love it. Love it. Little Spider 2Y banana at the goal line for the win. Whew. Can't tell. Is that the black hole? I don't think so. Oh, yeah, there they are on the left. Nice job. Getting that little corner. You can see that. Watch the tight end give his little point, just little right hand up right there. Just throw it right there. Back shoulder on the corner in the end zone. Really nice throw. Again, look at him put his hand up. The ball's still in the air. Yep. There it is. That's nice. So, still a tie game. Started the third quarter. We're going to get a shot here. Again, it's the consistency for me. That's the thing I think that is most frustrating to so many people when they're watching him. It's just as far as this is 3rd and 2. Okay, this is what I'm used to calling F post up top. The guy in the bunch, the number 3 in the bunch, is going to delay and then run basically a short slant. Now, if it's not there for whatever reason, the read steps right down here to the left side of the screen. Either one of these guys could get a first down. 3rd and 2. You got to put it in his hands. He hangs on the post for just way too long. Now, I could make the argument that I don't love a number of different routes here. But as far as what's going on here, we're going to get, this is usually some sort of in or basic post. We're going to get this, what I'm used to calling a capture shallow. You're trying to capture this defender right here. He doesn't do a very good job of that at all. So it's here on the post or bender. We're going to get this shallow across. This is where the ball should go. And we're going to get this delay, post, and in. So basically 3 in, going to defeat any sort of bunch check. We're usually going to get a check swing here. And with this split, we come out and get a 7 usually, or circus. So to me, it's 1 to 2 to 3 to check down. And that's not even true. Many teams do straight up 1 to the post, 2 to the circus or the comeback or whatever it is, to the shallow. It usually just pops in your vision 2 to this being the check down. Either way, you got to get through the read. You can't just get locked on it on 3rd and 2 and miss a wide open 2 guys potentially for a first down. the shallow and the swing is just too open. You got to get through it. I don't care if there's a big parting right there, right in front of your face. If you go to run, you got to get there. He's not athletic enough, dynamic enough to be able to just pull it and do what he wants with the ball. And so, man, these are the type of ones that really get you frustrated if you're a play caller. Because you dial it up, you got to be able to get from 1 to 2. Again, he's putting them right into what they want. Just the verbiage in this offense, all the throw, these type of shorty routes, it's just tough. But again, the panic of it. You don't need to panic. You don't need to run up there. Just get through the read from the launch point. Right there. Just whoop. I mean, look at 12. He doesn't even get close to getting off the first read. That part of it, from a coaching standpoint, has got to be tough. This one on here, a little Davis love. We got Doss down here at the number 2. Going to do a nice little job. I think they're running corner stops, and then Doss, the number 2, is running kind of like a stop over the ball, make it look like a seam. And the reason I put this on there, the game's out of hand here. This is 2-man. This is not a great call versus 2-man. Only one you got is the number 2 receiver, Doss. He does a nice job, again, selling that seam. But look at Carr. He's still got the ball in his hands. He hasn't thrown it. Now, he might not be on such a great page with Doss, but you got to be able to anticipate this just a little bit. So this to me is 2-man. We're going to get 7 stops, I think they've run here. So what is a 7 stop to me? It's just a corner stop. So come up, out, stop. And they're obviously going to get deeper than that. Usually up, out, stop, up, out, stop. And then Doss is going to make this thing look like a seam route, like you're going to take the middle of the field and then put on the brakes. You throw this ball right here. Come out of it, just a little bit better of a ball up. But for me, I put it on here just because I was shocked that there was just no anticipation throws in this game. I mean, the DB kind of falls here, but not a lot of places to go either. He makes a nice vision of it, but I just, from the back end, will be able to see the anticipation or lack thereof as far as what I'm talking about. Slow this thing down. You can see the wide receiver, Dawson, he's putting his foot in the ground right there. He's already out of it. The ball, he's still got it together. He's breaking down. You got to throw it. Throw it. Now, he does a nice job eventually getting it to him, but I still think there's just, to me, that's see it, throw it, as opposed to anticipate it. And it's a fine detail. I get it, but I just think he can get better if these things start to come together and the system and his anticipation and what they ask him to do click. I think they got a chance. All right, now for me, there's some alignment issues as far as what I think Derek Carr does really well as far as delivering the ball down the field when he sees throws that he can drop the ball into. He does a great job. Ball comes off of his hand, looks nice, everything is clean. To me, it's the idea of asking him to make some throws or challenging his anticipation and to be able to process stuff from the pocket, get through things quicker, that just for whatever reason doesn't resonate on this film, this game. Now, I don't know. I'm not going to watch every single snap of Carr's career or see the trajectory of his decision-making from within the pocket and with what Gruden's asking him to do. But one of the reasons I kind of shy away from the Raiders more often than not is just because I don't necessarily dig their type of ball. And what I mean by that is, to me, Gruden is someone who is very ball control in the pass game, very rarely taking shots down the field, want to run it, want to do, shallow crosses, spacing, slants, stick, those types of things that, personally, I just don't love to watch. And so I'm not sure that meshes with what Carr does well as far as driving the ball down the field on throws that he can see and deliver and doesn't have to anticipate. More of like a see it, throw it, as opposed to a kind of anticipation, we're going to run it on first down, run it on second down, third down, go ahead and get us the first. That's not easy for anybody. I'm not just picking on him. That's not easy for anybody. I think, how that structure as far as what they do offensively, morphs and evolves to fit both what Gruden's comfortable calling, creating, and with what Carr does well in the pass game. I think that's where the secret sauce will or will not kind of take place for that organization going forward. So do me a favor, let me know what you think in the comments below. I appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.